Hey guys, it's time to talk about what type of weather we'll be expecting for the day of the solar eclipse on April 8th. Now, today's March 29th, so it's still really early to talk about what type of weather we'll be expecting. So I'm just going to be looking at pattern recognition, seeing where we might be seeing low pressure systems developing, bringing cloud cover, or where we might see a high pressure system bringing clearer skies. Um, we'll be looking at the global models and all of its ensembles and comparing the three. Um, so this is the 500 millibar height anomalies, or basically just seeing where we have ridges and troughs. Anywhere in orange are ridges, those tend to bring more clearer skies. And anywhere in blue are troughs or a trough, and that tends to bring more cloudier weather, more stormier weather. So we start off with the GEFS model, which is basically the GFS model run 31 times, and then it's all averaged out, and this is what we get. So on the day of the eclipse, it's showing a ridge out to the east, bringing potentially more clearer skies, and a trough out to the west, bringing potentially more cloudier skies. Now, the totality goes somewhere along this line like that. So it's good news that it's showing a ridge out to the east because that would bring more clearer skies, but like I said, it's too early to tell where the cloud cover will be. But looking at the EPS, notice how it's showing also a very strong ridge out to the east and a trough out to the west. And then looking at the Canadian model, it's showing the same thing, ridge out to the east and a trough out to the west over the Rockies. So all three of the major global models are showing the same thing, with the ridge out in the eastern U.S. and the trough out over the Rockies. Now, since they're all showing that does give me a little bit of confidence that there will be some sort of low pressure system developing in this area here, somewhere between the West Coast, the Rockies, and potentially into the Great Plains states. Now, if this does happen, this would bring a chance of more cloudier weather for portions of in the plains. So the area of totality in Texas and Arkansas would be a bit more sketchy to see if we actually there might be more cloud cover in that area with this type of weather pattern it's forecasting. But like I said, it's really early to tell. It's going to change a lot between now and then. And then also just looking at the operational runs of the GFS and the European. This is the GFS model. Notice how it's showing the same thing. Very strong ridge out east and a very strong low pressure system, or a very strong trough digging out to the west. Now, this would bring more, like I said, more clearer skies potentially for the Great Lakes and the Northeast for the area of totality. But a trough lingering off the west coast like that would bring more cloudier skies to this region here. So it's going to be a very close call at this point for the Texas area and Arkansas, places like that, because the European model is also showing that the same thing, ridge out in the east and a very deep trough digging out over the southwest. Now, as long as that trough could stay out west like that for longer, that would bring a better chance of clearer skies for the area of totality, especially Texas and Arkansas, because the low pressure would be a little bit more, the actual low pressure system at the surface would be a little bit more to the east of that, over the Four Corners region, if this were to happen like this, and that would bring more cloudier skies for the southern plains states. So basically, I'm not going to show any cloud cover forecast or any precipitation forecast yet, because it's way too early to even show that. Just looking at the jet stream level here. So basically, all of the major models are forecasting a ridge out to the east and a trough out to the west. That has me thinking that there will be some sort of low pressure system in this area here, somewhere between the West Coast and the Great Plains states. And with that being said, that means the potential for cloud cover is a little bit higher for the totality area of Texas and Arkansas, and a little bit less for portions of the Great Lakes region into northern New England. Now, that's as of right now what the models are showing, and then so that's all I have to say about that. As it gets closer, usually you have to be within a week for the models to become a little more reliable. So by Monday, April 1st, that's when I could probably make another video and go into more detail about it. Anyway, like I said, go into more detail, and then by that point, I could show more precipitation maps and cloud cover maps. But as of right now, I just want to show the jet stream level, and that's what we got. We have the ridge out east and trough out west with all these forecasts. The big question mark will be, do we have a low pressure system developing on that day of the eclipse over the plain states, bring in thunderstorms? That's the big question as of right now. We'll see if the models are more consistent with that, or if they stay consistent, or they start to diverge and show something completely different. With that being said, that's all I have for today. I know it's not a lot of detail, but I'll make another video in a few days going into more detail. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a good one.